right, hello everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday Heart of a Hobbit stream. Woo! I've been trying to get the cat to chill out again. He was all relaxed and laying and chilling out, and then I went to the kitchen and he was like, "What? Food?" I was like, "No, no food, babe. Just me in the kitchen." But you know, he was up and about, so what can we do? So, hello, Sandy. Good to see you there in the chat. Awesome. Oh, well, it's elsewhere in the house at the moment. But I have the sleeve done to the point where I need to bind it off, and then I'll be ready to do, well, I'll do sleeve number 2, or 1. Anyway, I'll do another sleeve, and then we'll be about ready to put things together and then make a neck. And I mean, I feel like it's getting close. Like, not close, but progress is being made. That's what I mean to say. Just very exciting. So, there we are. So, anyway, Casper is chilling out here. There's lots of noises going on around me. I don't know if you can hear any of it. The children next door are out and doing something with water, and stuff is moving around in the house, and it's an active scene, man. So I am going to go ahead and grab a couple of quests here, and then I will explain what I was doing after the fact. So, but yes, we are here in Lord of the Rings Online, and I am playing one of the events. Oh wait, hang on, what's that? Oh, Blackbeak. Nope, I need Greenbeak. We are doing an event called the Buried Treasure event, wherein you collect pickaxes, which look like this, treasure hunter picks. They're pickaxes. You collect dowsing gems, and you collect trained cave claw cages, which have trained cave claws in them. It's not just a cage, it's a filled cage. And you use those to come out here into the treasure field, which is where I am in general. This whole area out here is the treasure field, where you see these dig sites. They're lit up. And you use those 3 different items to help you find treasure. So that's the basics of this. And I'm going to go back and turn in these quests. When you first arrive at the treasure event, the Buried Treasure event, hello, Aaron Bard, just getting started here. So when you first arrive, you're taken through a little tutorial of how to do things, but it makes sense to me. The tutorial makes sense once you know what you're doing, and I didn't quite get it until then. So basically, when you come out here, you're given a little tutorial which runs you back and forth amongst these various people. They show you how to dig, like that guy is digging. They show you how to use a cave claw on a sparkly spot, things of that sort. So how do you get out here? Let's start with that. So you'll probably get, when you first log in, I think you get like a map to the treasure field, that kind of thing. But you don't have to actually come
What can I do
that
for
way.
you?
At Westbury, at Kellendam, Thorin's Gate, and Mickledelving, at each of those stable masters is, a festival announcer stable master. So I'll go and show you that right now, because these are free. These are free travel. I love free travel. You know me. Hey, I would like to, yeah, there we go. Dismount. Sweet. So, stable masters here in the Shire. Hello, Shire. So we have our normal stable master guy there, and then we've got our festival announcer stable master here.
How do you do?
And there's one just like this in Bree, Kellendam, Thorns, all of it. So you just take your free stable master guy. Now I'm playing on Laurelin, which has had a little bit of lag of late. Last couple days I've been on and off here, so you just kind of have to like go with the flow on that one. But there we are. See, ta-da! The horse got a little askew, but it got me here in the end, and that's all that matters. So you run in, and here you are, and you are actually here in Ered Luin. So we're up near the Dwarven area. It's starting to get colder. So that's why I've gone ahead and, dressed my gal in some of her wintry clothes. She's got a scarf, got to stay warm out here. Probably should put on some gloves, but that's okay. So we're up in this area. So you can actually get here over landscape if you really wanted to. Like you can, let's see, is that Gondamon there? Let's take a look. So we're standing up here, and there's a path that runs all the way up to here and takes you up into where we are. I just prefer the Stable Master because it's a lot faster. But you can, yeah, that's Gondamon over there. So, you can just head out from Gondamon and make your way up here if you really wanted to. So, yes, Aaron Bard says, I love the Stable Master's name, Get Me to Bree and Fast, because his name is and Fast. Sandy says Treebeard's been a little laggy too. Interesting. I wonder if there's just something going on with this last week's patch. So hopefully that means they'll tidy it up in the next one. All right, so, I forgot to put honey in there. Alas. Okay, so I'm chilling out. And basically, this place, you can't really see, but like I'm at the bottom of the area. And so it's like this whole area, and it makes kind of a loop. So here we're at like the base camp, and then you kind of get up, and you'll notice that the elevation is increasing as you're going along here, right? And so you kind of get to here, and you'll see there's mountains on the one side, and you've got mountainy stuff on the other side. You got mountains at the back. So we're in this kind of bowl, and in the center is there's like a little higher spot in the middle, and then there's stuff all the way around, but you can also go on to that hill in the middle. So that's kind of where we are. We're in this valley, this bowl, where there's a slight rise in the middle, and that's where this buried treasure event is happening. Agar there says there's not much lag on Shadowfax, but there's only 33 non-anonymous people online right now. So yeah, it's there's probably not a lot of people there because the last day to log in is quickly approaching. Right? What's today's date? 17? No, 16? Today the 16th or the 23rd? I can't keep track of the life of my days and stuff. 23rd. Today's the 23rd. Okay, so today's the 23rd. So a week from tomorrow is your last day to log in to Shadowfax. Because Shadowfax has caught up to life and stuff. It looks like we've got 272 non-anonymous folks on Laurelin. However, I have noticed that there is a high percentage of people who are anonymous on Laurelin. Probably because there's so much role-playing that sometimes people's role-playing gets a little odd for how you feel, and people can take things a little weird, and so it just becomes easier to just like hang out with the people that you know, So a lot of people go anonymous on Laurelin, I think, more than maybe your average server. All right, so I'm hanging out here in base camp. And like I said, there's 3 things that are going to end up in your inventory, one hopes, as you're hanging out here. There's 2 quests that you can do, and they're repeatable, and they repeat every 15 minutes for you. So you have an individual timer for each quest. So this guy right here, I'll put their names back on. So Aldolf here has a quest, and then Segar has a quest, but it's actually, the quest is on the trained cave claw, so you talk to the cave claw. So I am waiting on those 2 quests because I went ahead and just did those as we got started here. Because, like I said, they take 15 minutes. So I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and do it because already we've only got 7 minutes of the wait on one and 9 minutes on the other, so it's not too bad. I'm also using a plugin called Rich, which you might see here. And this is a really handy plugin. Who's the author on this one? Let's see, but it's a really handy plugin if you are doing this thing. Oh, it's Galahad is the plugin creator for this one. And I know B4 has done a patch for it. So, so you've got a couple pieces there. So, but the plugin basically in itself, if you're in the area, so you'll see it pops up on your screen sometimes when you're here. It'll say the round is over, or something. Let me see. The round has ended. The event will restart shortly. And then it'll say a new round has begun. And these will just flash up on your screen. Well, the rich plugin can take that information. Ah, that makes sense. Egg Arthur says it's Galahad, who is the same person who created Festival Buddy. That makes sense. Because, yeah, you could incorporate rich into Festival Buddy, but it's so specific and has just like these amount of details. It's just, the details are different enough that it makes sense to have it in a separate plugin. So basically, I just pop this up with whatever character I'm doing the buried treasure event with, and I use it, and then I don't need to have it up on my other characters, and it works out great. Okay, so when it pops up saying, you know, the round has ended, it can take that and make that current round information, which is this top line here where it says current round, and it tells you how long the current round has been going. So at this point, it's been going for 3 minutes and 43 seconds. I don't think there's a lot of people out there digging, so that could be part of it too. So what is the buried treasure event? For those who are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. It takes place at this location, and there's those lit up spaces out in the field, and we'll go out there here in a few minutes. And what you're trying to do is you take your pick. Here, you know what? Let's just go out there. Let me show you how this works. Wisik 2foot says, a dastardly plugin that tells me I've spent way too much time hunting treasure. Exactly. It's got a great bunch of data in there, which is great. I'll be digging in a minute here. Okay, so basically you come out here and you have these dig sites. And you want to take your pick and dig in a dig site. So let's go to this one. So I go over to this dig site, and I have some picks in my inventory, or else I would not be able to do this. So right there I have a stack of 11 treasure hunter picks. I'm going to scoot that down. But so I know I can do this. So I'm going to right-click on it, and see, there she goes. She's doing her little dig emote. Yep. And I got 2 treasure tokens and a medium treasure cache. So I got both of those things. So if I were to look at my inventory, there is the medium treasure cache. And it says, contains a medium cache of treasure. So I can open it. And in my general tab, I can see it says that you open the cache and find 5 buried treasure tokens. Now there are 4 different sizes of those boxes that you can potentially find. Just because you dig does not mean you get a box. That was something I was not aware of. I thought you dig, you get a box, but that's not the case. Sometimes you dig and get tokens, or a cave claw, or a cave claw and a box, but you don't always get a box. So just be ready for that. Every time I had dug, I had like 100% on it, I guess. And so the first time I didn't get a box, I was like, bug report. I didn't get a box. Yeah. Anyway, so you'll see I got a small treasure cache there. So yeah, so we have small, medium, large, and then huge. Now, why is that a big deal? The huge treasure cache is the one that has the mounts. And there are 3 different mounts that you could find with these huge treasure caches. And they're the only way to get the mounts is through the huge treasure cache. So if you want those mounts, you've got to get out here and dig. So that is the reason why I am here, and why I'm here on the Laurelin server, because my main character over on Treebeard has all 3 of the mounts. She's good to go. But my main role-playing character here on Laurelin only has 1 of them. And should I wish to do things with more mounts, well, this is the only chance you have to get them. So, okay, so down here at the base camp, I can do these quests when they come around. Over on this side, we have a couple of folks. We have our barter vendor here. So there are things that you find in the small, things you find in the medium, things you find in large. Oops, wrong guy. I don't want to talk to him. I want to talk to the reward vendor. Sorry. And you can actually sort what he has by, just medium, large, and huge. I guess small doesn't have anything exciting. So if there's something that you really want and you're not finding it, for example, there's a handful of emotes, cool emotes, gold panning, dows, gem inspection, and rich. So those are emotes that you might find in those treasure caches. You might also find a wooden cave claw mask. It looks like that. So we're all about the cave claws in this event, just FYI. You can find a housing item that's a treasure chest. You could find a housing item that's a dig site. You might get a, oh, you don't get, I haven't seen this in the medium cache, but the domesticated cave claw, those only cost you 5 tokens. I'm pointing this out because it tries to be clear, but basically it says it only prefers to be above ground for a minute before it will burrow away again. So these ones that only cost you 5 tokens, you open it up and it'll be one of, I think it's 6 different cave claws. Let's take a look. Now I literally want to open that deed. Show me the deed. There we go. It will be a harnessed cave claw, which basically just says like cave claw, I think. A tan bat cave claw, a green beak cave claw, a pink beak cave claw, a black beak cave claw, or a green back cave claw. So it'll be one of those 6 that comes out of that cage. Like you just basically do the emote of opening it and it opens up. That will stick around for like 60 seconds, a minute, and then it burrows underground and it's gone and you're done. Like that guy's not with you anymore. He's gone back to his thing. Egg Arthur says, I'm doing it on Shadowfax because there's very little competition, and then I'll transfer to whichever server I want the mounts and emotes, etc. Oh, that's really smart. That, see, I have debated going over to Shadowfax and making a character in this last week for reasons like that. That's a really interesting idea. Anyway, oh, there you go. See, it says the round has ended. The event will restart shortly. And so you'll notice on my rich plugin, that just changed to waiting for next round. Okay, so what else have we got here in the rewards? I haven't really kind of finished looking through the the large, we've got a jeweler's helm. It looks like this with a little stick on the eye. We've got the treasure hunter's pack, which is this one with the pointy things all over the place, but it's got a couple dowsing gems hanging, so that's kind of cute. You could buy modes of enchantment. You could get the gem inspection emote. Trained cable, I haven't seen that drop. It says it's a yard item, but I haven't seen that drop. The golden cave claw mask, I'm not sure if I've seen that one drop either. The rich emote, definitely you can get. Harvest brew goat, I think you can only buy that with tokens, and it takes 1,000, so it's a little while. The unearthed sack, oh, you open it up, it has stuff in it. And then these tomes of cave claws, these, which cost 500 each, are a pet. So they're a cosmetic pet for you. Those don't drop in the caches. I've never seen that happen. So it's really funny because so that you, anyway, it's trying to let you know that you can't buy those other those other mounts, which is annoying. Also, this event, there are some Hobnanigans rewards that you can purchase using the tokens from this event. So you've got 2 ways you can get these rewards, through Hobnanigans or through here. Ooh, so you see they're doing, you see that's a black beak cave claw. So if I click on it, let me see, can I click on him? Oh, maybe, is this his pet? Maybe that's his pet. Oh, it's his pet, never mind. If it was one of those 5 or 1 minute ones, I can click on it and I can hug it. Now, why would I want to go around hugging people's cave claws? That sounds like a really weird thing to do. Well, the reason I would want to do that is because there is a deed for doing such a thing. So you hug each one of those different cave claws that I mentioned before, and then that completes a deed by which you get a title, Cave Claw Wrangler. And the nice thing is you can hug other people's cave claws. You don't have to do that specific thing. You can do it yourself. So it's really nice. Oh, he's carrying a chicken. That's awesome. So I do apologize for the stream. Usually, you know, I do this on Treebeard, and I'm kind of like left alone a lot. But I am much more social on, hang on Laurelin, and so people interact with me a bit more. I don't think that is my chicken. All right, so our quests have reset. So I'm gonna go and do those because it says quest reset, quest reset. Remember, there's 2 quests. Okay, let's go take a look. So the first one is Aldulf. This is the easier one of the 2. So he says, hello again, how goes the hunt? If you're looking for more treasure hunters picks, go and speak with Halthor Goldeneye. He'll be able to supply you with a couple. This is a repeatable quest that you have previously completed. So there you go. Egg Arthur points out that if people are being polite, you can announce that you have a cave claw coming out, put it in regional, which cave claw it is, and that way people can pop over here and try to hug it. But they do have to be on the same layer that you are on. And if a lot of people are doing the event, you'll be split across multiple layers. So, but yeah, that's really nice. People are like, hey, Cave Claw, come over here. Or you could just watch in your area, wherever you have things that are happening in your area pop out. And you can see, so-and-so waves goodbye, so-and-so says hello, that sort of thing. Yeah, so you can just see so-and-so hugs a Cave Claw. And you're like, a Cave Claw to hug, let's go. So, speaking of Cave Claws, let's talk to this one. So, this Cave Claw looks hungry. You should collect berries for it. So, we're going to go collect some berries for this Cave Claw. So I'm going to run over here, get out of the way, and get on my mount because the berries are out in the field. Now, occasionally you'll see one like over here or over here. Sometimes you'll get one over here as you come out. Goodness. But basically, as we're coming into the area, so there's the kind of rise in the middle that I was talking about. Maybe I can scooch that up a little bit. So there's that rise in the middle. So as you're coming out, you'll want to choose to kind of go left or go right and decide where you want to go looking for berries. Now you only need 5, you need to find 5 berry bushes. And they do disappear when you take them, but they reappear, like they respawn. And they respawn reasonably quickly, but it's kind of annoying when you have 10 people out here looking for berries at the same time because there's not enough for that many people at once. Oh, hey, there goes a Cave Claw. Keep an eye on what just happened there, and I will explain that in a moment. Okay, so I've gotten 3 berries. Let me move this down. I've got 3 so far. So I'm looking up here for berries. Sometimes there'll be berries out here, but there's usually 2 back here. Awesome. So there's 1, and there's 1. Now, if you happen to be a hunter, which I am not on this character, I know, shock and amazement. I'm playing a character that's not a hunter. Then you can bind your hunter campsite down at the bottom. Down here, there's a campsite. So instead of me riding back, I could have just bipped back, which would have been kind of fun. Okay, so I have those berries for the Cave Claw. The Cave Claw looks less hungry. He's going to give me some legendary item experience. Very nice for the legendary item reward track, which just restarted. 2 picks, hooray, a trained Cave Claw in a cage, and a dowsing gem. All right, so I'm going to take his goodies. Thank you very much. And then the other one, he's like, are you back again? I've no doubt you'll find the mother lode with these picks. Don't come back empty-handed. So I'm going to get some LI experience from him, and 2 treasure hunter picks. So that's kind of how I've been stacking up. Now, you'll notice you'll get a pending alert when you turn this in, because it's like, hey, you can purchase additional treasure hunters picks in the store. Every time you turn this quest in, you're going to get that pop-up. So just a heads up, it's there every time. So I have 12 Cave Claws right now, and I have 50 dowsing gems, and I have at least 15 picks. I think I have more than that. I do. I have like 100 and some. I've been doing this collecting thing. So my strategy in doing the buried treasure event is basically come and stand here at the bottom and do those 2 quests. Keep the rich plug-in up so you can kind of keep track of where you're at, and just keep doing those quests over and over again. Find something else to do on the side. Read a book, knit, play games on a website, whatever it is, you know, work, whatever it is you do. And do other things in the background while you're in between waiting for those quests. Once you have kind of amassed a stash, and you kind of have to decide for you what that looks like. For me, I'm there, I'm feeling good about this. Then I go out into the field. Now, the current round has been going for 6 minutes and 59 seconds. So people have been out here, and probably the best stuff has already been found. Watch a live stream. There you go. See, that's what you can do while you're waiting. You can just sit here and hang out with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and illustrate to you though what you would want to do. So you want to kind of find a place where you've got a handful of these sparkly spots nearby. Now the cave claw, where does it say it here? There it is. When I use this trained cave claw, it's going to summon out a trained cave claw, which can sniff out treasure from up to 20 meters. So, for example, that dig site, if I click on it from a distance, don't right click on it because I'll run over there and I'll start chopping at it. But if I just click on it so I can see it and I look at it on the mini map, it tells me that it's 27 meters away. So if there's anything good in there, the cave claw isn't going to see it because it's too far away. So it's only going to see things that are within 20 meters of where I am. So that one's like 9 meters. That one's probably about the same. Okay, 16. So you can see that I've picked a spot where, you know, maybe it's going to see 3, maybe 4 of these spots if I'm lucky. So let's go ahead and drop a cave claw. So here I'm going to right click on it out of the rich thing. Oh, and the event just ended. Okay, the round just ended. That's fine, actually. It means everything's going to reset. All these dig sites are going to disappear for a minute. They're going to reshuffle, and they're going to spread out one huge cache, a handful of larges, some more mediums, and a bunch of smalls out onto these little spots. So we're going to hope that we're lucky and we find the huge. Okay, so here's our spots. They're always in the same place, okay? So at least you've got that going for you. All right, so we're going to drop a cave claw here. And notice he turned around behind me and he ran over here. And it tells me the cave claw found a large dig site. I'm going to dig that up. Larges are good. We like larges. And well, one of the things I love about the Rich plugin is do you notice, see, it just dropped it right here into my little thing here. So it shows me how many of all these different things I have. So it shows me how many cave claws, dowsing gems, treasure picks, buried treasure tokens I have, how many smalls, mediums, larges, and huges that I have not opened. So that's how you use a cave claw. The cave claw is always going to go to the best thing it can find within that range. So let's say you're standing next to 2 smalls, a medium, and a large. It's going to ignore the 2 smalls and the medium, and it's going to take you to the large. Now, say you're there and there's 2 smalls and 2 mediums, it's going to take you to one of the mediums, but you don't know that there's another medium nearby. Oh, interesting. Really? Agartha has had this happen. He says the cave claw basically creates the cache. He says sometimes I'll get a very strong reading, then someone else's cave claw will change it to something else, and I'll miss out on a huge cache. That's fascinating. I have not run into that before. Basically what he's saying is when you release your cave claw, like I said, it goes to the best thing in the space. So let's say I released a cave claw over here, and it was like, hey, this is fantastic, and it goes over here. Now, there's a timer involved where your cave claw, because you just your cave claw went there and said, this is where you should dig, that nobody else can come over and dig right then. Like it's barred everybody else for a moment. But I didn't know this was an edge case. It sounds like somebody else could release a cave claw nearby. If it goes to that same one, it sounds like it overrides what just happened in your case. So that is crazy. Okay, so let's say I want to check out this dig site, but there's not really any others nearby. Like it's kind of solo, and I just want to look at it. I'm curious if it's any good. I don't know if I want to dig it. This is where you use the dowsing gems. I'll show you in the next round because we just had a round end. So basically what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to click on the dig site once the round starts up again. And I'm going to use a dowsing gem. So again, I'm not going to right click on it because otherwise I would start digging. I don't want to dig. I don't want to waste one of my precious picks. I want to find out if it's worth, is it worth digging? So let's find out. So it's going to come back. So I've clicked on it, so I've highlighted it. Now I'm going to click on the dowsing gem, and it's going to look for me. It says you're getting a very weak reading. Very weak means small. Terrible, we don't want that. Okay, there's somebody over there. It looks like they might be doing some digging, maybe. So we're gonna, I try not to overlap with people. I don't like overlapping with people. So we're gonna scooch ourselves over to here. So there's like a handful, there's a good handful of them over here. So we'll do this spot. Drop ourselves a cave claw. Where's he going? He is going over here. And see, notice, oh, okay, he found a small. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just go ahead and dig it up. But that means that pretty much everything right in that area is kind of crap, right? We don't want to stand around that. We want to go find something better. Now here's the spot that's kind of on its own. Let's go ahead and use a dowsing gem. Let's find out what we got. Very weak. Nope, terrible. We're not even going to bother. Now up here seems like a good spot. We've got a good handful of them that are reasonably nearby. Let's drop a cave claw, see what we can find. All right, we found. The event will restart. I don't know. We didn't find the huge, though. It was a small. So another nice little spot I like to stand on is around here. So funny thing, though, is because there's only so many huges, and I don't know how many exactly, but within a round. Basically, you know, the round begins, everything is possible. And then as things start to disappear, oh, somebody just dropped one, whoops. Well, it must mean there's none of these are, oh, there's a large. All right, I'll take the large, thanks, that's great. Larges are lovely. Yeah, so there's only one huge, but there's a handful of larges for sure. And once they start getting found, like I found a large, that other person dropped a cave claw really close to me, they probably found a large. So, you know, we're all, are they putting a cave claw right there? Huh. Okay, well then we'll go somewhere else. It found the best one in that area, right? So everything else in that area is going to be, you know, that or less, which means it's not really, you know, it's not worth your time. And so slowly as the good stuff disappears, digging is less useful. You know, you're less likely to find anything decent. So that's why it's, if you really want to do like maximize profit, and this is how B4 does it, is he will only release a cave claw at the beginning, maybe a second one, and then be done. And he'll just wait until the round ends because he knows it's diminishing returns at this point, basically, generally. But the huge is still out there somewhere. Somebody hasn't found it, right? So, and as Egg Arthur points out, as soon as the huge is found, the round ends. Because there is only one. There's one huge treasure cache out here somewhere each round. So once it is found, that's the objective of the round, is to find the huge treasure cache, which I obviously have not done. So sad. I decided to just kind of randomly dig for a while there. I have a bunch of picks I've been kind of saving up. All right. Oh my gosh. I can't get away from people. Let's see if I can get a place where there aren't too many people. Let's try over here. All right, I'm down to 9 cave claws, as it turns out. I found a medium. Bah. All right, I'm gonna start making my way back. I'll dig a few. I've got like 150 picks, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, a question that will probably come up is it worth buying the picks from the store? Generally, I don't. Like if you're somebody who's, I don't know, maybe a lifetime subscriber, and you've got LOTRO points like stacking up, and you don't have anything else to do with them because you bought everything that you want, you know, maybe it's worth spending them on that. Sure, absolutely. For me, here's the funny thing is, as I'm picking up these things, as I'm digging around here, like I got a dowsing gem. I got a trained cave claw in a cage, things like that. So that's kind of funny. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, buying things in the store. I generally, because I stock up for so long, I generally don't need to buy picks in the store because I just end up with a stash of them because I'm, doing the collecting quests every 15 minutes. And if you just leave your character hanging out here for a day, every 15 minutes, that's like, there are many 15 minutes in a day. I don't feel like I'm close to a lot of spots. We'll go to here. Oh, hey, baby. Oh, there was a Kato sighting, and then she's gone. What have we found? We found a huge! Yay! Come on, dig it. I moved. That was my problem. Yay! So now it's going to say the event has finished. A new round will begin soon. There you go. The round has ended. The event will start shortly because I found the huge. So, yay! Yes. Quick, before. How many 15-minute rounds in a day? He's actually in another part of the house. We have a house guest tomorrow. And we have a few things that we need to do before she arrives. So he's not actually streaming today because we've been busy with stuff. And so, yeah. All right, let's try this again, huh? I hear a voice that says almost 100. There you go, Aaron Bard. There's your answer. That's hilarious. Egg Arthur says, I've never bought any pick from the store, and I've gotten a mind-boggling amount of stuff from this event. Just takes some time investment, and having a lot of alts helps. Yeah, so time investment is really what this is about. This quest, or this event, is a time sink, big time. Yes, Aaron Bard says, I knew I could count on him. That's fantastic. But the cat structure is basically finished. So now we should be able to let the cats go out from time to time. Now we're still going to keep supervising them because we want to make sure, like, can they get out in some fashion that we didn't notice? You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So, which is funny because they're inside right now, aren't you? Yes, you are. All right, so I'm just going to grab a couple of last digs here on my way out, and then we're going to head down to base camp. All right, so I have 5 smalls boxes to open, 3 mediums to open, 4 larges, and 1 huge. Yay, huge. So let's do those while we're waiting for my quests to reset, which reset in 30 seconds and 45 seconds. Wait. Let's do a small. So I got 4 buried treasure tokens, 2 buried treasure tokens, 4, 4, and 4. Not a bad haul. So that's, what, 4, 8, 12, 16, 18? I can live with that. So funny, because sometimes you'll dig up what is labeled as like a large dig spot, but you don't get a box. You just get like 8 treasure tokens or 2 treasure tokens or whatever. And that is always a bummer because, like, with a small, I probably got a couple tokens when I dug it up, and then I just got like 4 more basically from digging it or from opening it. So sometimes you'll find that you'll get a small or a medium will give you more tokens than a large. So if you find that you're getting mediums and smalls, like, there's still some value in that. That's how you can go and buy all the good stuff. All right, so I'm collecting berries, and you'll notice they're mixed in here with the dig spots. So sometimes you're trying to collect berries and you just want to like tab to the next thing, and it's almost easier to just visually like do it rather than rather than keyboard doing it. So, all right, so when we get back to base camp, we'll turn these in. Oh, did I not pick up the other one? I didn't pick up the other one yet. That's fine. So let me go turn these berries into the cave claw. So people are being good and not sitting on top of the cave claw. Thank you, Laurelinians. Some servers you'll go to and people will like have all their mounts like right there on top of the cave claw like that. Oh, it's so annoying. So annoying. I hate when people do that. Okay, so you saw I picked up the quest from the other dwarf, dropped it off at the other dwarf. Boom, boom, in, out, gone. Oh, I was going to show you though something I do. So here, let me just work my way through some of these. Okay, so I got 4 tokens on the smalls. Okay, in general. Let's open a 3. That gave me 8. And another 8. And 5. Okay, so I got an average 2 8s and a 5 out of that. So minimum was my 5. The reason I mention that, because if I go over to this guy and barter items with him, I can get a trained cave claw cage for 5. So my mediums were already a minimum of 5. So basically, this is a medium returned out into the field. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a handful of these. All right, so now I'm up to 20 cave claws. So then, like, say, let's open these larges. Let's see if I get anything. That one gave me 12. 12. A treasure hunter's pack, which I already have. But it looks like that. Oh, they come in different colors. Now, that's something to keep in mind, is as you get things, you can just slide them into your wardrobe if you're keeping them. And if you get one that's a different color, it'll add that color to the one that's in your wardrobe. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so that treasure pack didn't give me any tokens. It just gave me the cosmetic item. That's okay. And then I got 9 tokens. So I just opened 4 larges, and I got 24, 33. I got 33 tokens from 4. So I can definitely afford to spend 5 on a treasure, on one of these trained cave claws cages, if my return is still that good. And that's why you'll have, like before with his strategy, where he's like, I won't open anything or I won't dig up anything, after the first minute or two, because everything is, worse. And you're not going to get that return. Me, sometimes I'm just like, I'm bored. I'm going to start digging like crazy. All right, there we got a large. So we know from me standing here and putting out this cave claw that nothing within 20 meters of me here is the huge. Now, things out there are more than 20 meters away, so the huge could be over there. Like that could be the huge right there. We could go take a look. But I got a large. So my return on that cave claw is probably pretty good. And see right there, I just got 3 tokens and a pick. And it cost me a pick to do it. That ain't bad. Let's see. Yeah, let's check this one. This one probably hasn't been doused or dug or checked or anything. That gave me a small and a token just for digging it up in the first place. All right, so let's check another spot. All right. The only problem about doing it in the trees is I can't see where my cave claw's going. There he is. A large. Oh, that's nice. Found another large. In the area, even. All right. So now comes the debate. Do I get antsy and keep digging? Or do I wait and let somebody else find the huge, but I'm not wasting a bunch of picks or cave claws and all that in the meantime? Well, I'm going to keep digging because I'm silly like that. Just for now. Sometimes, oh, there we go. Round has ended, and the event will restart shortly. So somebody else found the large, the huge, and I got 2 larges and a small out of the deal. I'm okay with this. Hey, we haven't opened our huge. Should we take a look? What do we get? 16 tokens, but no mount. Alas. Yeah, we'll do it here. Okay, back this way. Interesting. And he found a large. Okay, I'm happy with that. Larges are good. We like larges. So that means that these are probably not larges, or would have gone to that first, I would think. Oh, round's over. Doesn't matter. We'll start again. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So when the buried treasure started, like when I first started playing LOTRO, so like 4.5 almost years ago, when the buried treasure event was happening, everything was bound to character. So the tokens were all bound to character. If you found a mount, which there was just the one. Actually, I'm not sure if you'd find it. Anything you got was just was bound to character. And then when the mounts came out, they were bound to character, which was hugely infuriating because you might have like a character who finds a mount and then finds the same one over and over and over again. And you're like, I just want the other one, and now I have 5 of these, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, you can't do anything with it. You couldn't disenchant them into something else. Like, it was just, it was heartbreaking. So now, I think the tokens are still bound to character. Yeah, bind on acquire. So the tokens are still bound to character. But the mounts and everything else are bound to account. So you can trade them around, which is so nice. Oh yeah, Egg Arthur points out that for a while, the way the mounts worked was if you didn't have the skill, it auto-consumed it. And if you already had the skill, it became an account-bound item that you could pass on. Now, it's just straight up account-bound, and then you can choose if you want to consume it or not, which I like that better. Oh, another large. Oh, that's nice. Still not a huge, though. I really would like to find those mounts. Here, I'll show you the mounts in a second. I'll pull up my panel. That was a single token. Not even a box. All right, well, let's open a few boxes, huh? That's a small, got us 2. Oh, nice. There's a 4. There's a 2. All right. Medium, got us a dig site. That's a housing item. Of which I don't actually care for the housing item, the dig site. And I have a bunch of them, so there's that too. Purchase treasure pick, I forgot to clear that. All right. Now, the round technically has begin, so I could drop a cave claw and it could start running. I hesitate to do that because, like, if there's any lag or something goes wonky, like your cave claw just gets lost and he doesn't know what to do. He just stands there and you're like, I just wasted a cave claw for nothing. So I tend to wait until I actually see the dig spots appear on the ground. Let's see, a large, yay, a large. So notice how we're just kind of, you know, traversing this bottom area back and forth a little bit. That's one thing you can do. You can just stand in one place. You can, like, there's a number of different strategies on how you might want to do this. Tellurian says, I remember having the store in my personal vault since they were character bound, and I always hoped they would change that. Yes, I'm so glad that they changed it so that they are account. So, and same thing with like the emotes. So like I have gem inspection, counterfeit. These are things that this character already knows, coin flip. So I can't use them, but I can pass them on to an alt. So that's really nice. I'm very glad for that. Let's open a large. Why not? I got 12 tokens. Nice. Treasure Hunters pack, another one. That one looks to be in some sort of a red. Let's see, what color is that? It is crimson. So I got it in like an heirloom blue and a crimson now. Do I even have that in my wardrobe? Let's take a look. Treasure Hunters pack. I do have it in there. So that's one of the blues. What's the basic? That's heirloom blue. I have it in orange, heirloom blue, purple, and Rivendell green. And now in crimson. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just drag this over into my wardrobe. And it kind of unselects it because it's adding it to it. So now when I click on it, crimson is now one of the options. Do I have any more? Let's see, hunter. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have 3 more of these. So there's a Rivendell green, which I think I said I already have that. I do. What about purple? We already have that. And what about Evendim blue? There we go. Didn't have the Evendim blue. And same thing with the treasure hunter satchel. So I have one. This is in red. Looks like I didn't have it in red previously. Now I do. So if I want it in crimson or red, I've got options. They are slightly different colors, so I mean it is useful sometimes. And turquoise. Now this is the one that's kind of like a hip satchel. It's cute. Here, we'll just put it on crimson. So it looks like that. It's just, oh, you can hardly see it because her arm's in the way. But it's like hanging off your hip. It's the thing that the rune keepers have, I think, or the lore masters. One of those two has the little hip satchel. So it's that. My favorite, though, is the rucksack, which goes on the back. And I think that is just too terribly cute. And you can do that in a whole bunch of different colors. So that's the black. Here it is in forest green. You can tell I've dyed this one so many colors because I use it for a lot of characters. Orange, I use it in a lot of my outfits. There's the purple, matches the outfit I'm wearing. Let's see. Rose would also look very similar. Yeah, that's nice. Sea blue. There's nice sea blue. You see, it dyes up really well. That's another reason why I like it. And I like its small form factor. I think it's very cute. And that is turquoise. So, all right. So those are done. And now these are in my wardrobe. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the shop. And we're going to sell off those treasure hunters packs because they're account bound. So I can't give them to anybody else. And get rid of those. Okay, cool. So, and I saw that a new round just began. So, let's take a look. We found a medium. No wonder he hesitated. He's like, this is all crap. None of this is Scots. It's all crap. All right, let's try maybe over here. See if we can find something better. Hello, mottled hair. Yeah, I do appreciate that there aren't any, like, mobs out here. Oh. Dude, sad. I should still be able to dig it, but it's a large. Okay, well, that's nice. Handy, handy. We'll just stand here for a minute. And now my quests are resetting in, like, 2.5 minutes. So, you know, it keeps me busy. The question in chat from Kilwraith is the wardrobe shared between all of your characters? The answer to that is yes, on the server that you're on. So I'm on Lorelyn right now, as it says up at the tippy top there, which is one of the servers that's like a heavy role-playing server. And so every character that I have on my account here, yes, has access to that same wardrobe. I have some alt accounts also that play on the server because I like play music. And so, you know, playing music, we'll have like 4 different characters playing different instruments. And each one of those is on a different account. Those are all free to play accounts. Whereas my main account, it's a VIP. So I have access to all these fun things. Oh, I think Casper may have just gone outside. So my alt characters, which are on their own different accounts, don't have access to my wardrobe. I mean, it is like literally a separate person. So they don't have access to the wardrobe, which is kind of sad for them, but but yes, but all the characters on my account on the server have access to that wardrobe. I also play very frequently over on Treebeard. So I have a wardrobe on Treebeard, and all of my characters on Treebeard have access to the wardrobe on Treebeard. So it's really interesting though, because like I'm so used to having so much stuff in there, and I've added colors to things, and I have my favorite outfits from the different festivals and all that. And when Treebeard started, it was a brand new server 2 years ago, and so like my wardrobe is empty. There's nothing in there, so I have to start building from scratch, you know. So that was a challenge for me, I guess I should say. Not everybody is as deep into the wardrobe stuff as I am, but that was definitely a challenge for me. Now, I will point something else out, though, is the wardrobe. Let me open that back up again. And then, hang on, I gotta drop a cave claw because the round just started. And a large, yay! So in my wardrobe, I don't know if you can see it, at the top it says capacity 337, and I have out of 370. So I have 337 things in my wardrobe. And the nice thing is each color does not count as an item. So like I can have this Alliance of the Third Age silk cloak, and it can have 12 different colors on it, whatever, and it still only counts as one spot. So that's really nice. The 370 wardrobe spots that I have, that is across my entire account, regardless of what server I'm on. So when I started on Treebeard and we had nothing, I had, you know, not 370 because I just bought a few more recently. Yeah, but so if I were to start on a new server, oh, I got the huge, woohoo. If I were to start on a new server, I would have an empty wardrobe, but I would have 370 spots in it. So when you unlock wardrobe spots and shared storage spots, that persists across all of your servers. So that's really, really nice. So yeah, and so that's why I have a tendency to buy shared storage, and I've maxed that out. I've maxed out wardrobe spots and I've maxed out shared storage. So shared storage is at 340 is the max, and I've done that. And I tend to buy the shared storage instead of like increasing storage on my character, because if I increase storage on my character, it's just for this character, which is not, you know, not as useful to me as I would rather increase my shared storage across all of my stuff, you know. So yeah, so I wanted to point that out just so that way that you know that those slots are for all character exist are unlocked at that point. Now there are a couple of other questions. Somebody asked what race and class I'm playing. I'll give you one hint on the race. She's short. She likes food. Yeah. And she's actually a burglar, but really my character exists mainly for role playing. She does not go out into the world of burgling because I'm not good at that and stuff. So she's not a goblin, Bill Slowski. Oh my gosh. No, she's not a goblin, you silly. Yeah, Aaron Barr's like, no comment about the wardrobe. Kicked several cloaks behind the wardrobe. Aaron Barr does point out that he had a character who was VIP but then wasn't and lost the wardrobe, access to the wardrobe storage. So I don't know how non-VIP access to the wardrobe goes. That is a fair point. I know, for example, like if you have, let's say you have 10 character slots on a server, and let's say you bring over, like, you know, you bring characters from another server, and so, you know, you have more than 10 characters, but you only have 10 character slots. My understanding is like those don't get deleted, the characters don't, they just kind of go into hibernation, and then as you unlock a new slot, it'll be like, who do you want in here? You know, who do you want to have access to? That sort of thing. And so it's just kind of like put on a shelf for you. So I think it's the same thing with like VIP, non-VIP kind of stuff, that if you had it and then you go off of VIP, it's still there, you just don't have access to it, is my understanding. I haven't tried going off of VIP and seeing what I lose access to. I just subscribe once a year, and so I don't even have to think about it. I just kind of like, it just happens in the background, right? Yeah. So I don't have a lot of good information for you on switching from one thing to another in that regard. So there you go. Good job, Casper. So we've got a pair of cat doors that lead to the outside. One is on the inside wall of the wall and one's on the outside of the wall, and there's kind of like a tunnel in between where the wall exists. And no, my character is not a gnome. Silly folks. Although she does spend time in the garden, so she could be a garden gnome. Anyway, so we want the cats to, over time, figure out how to get in and out. Right now, I just prop up the 2 doors because they're still quite baffled by the system. But there was a bit of a breeze coming in, and I'm like, that's a bit much. So I've got the door on the outside propped, but it's propped really low, so he's got about that much space that he can see that, yes, freedom does exist. So he sees it, and he goes out, but then coming back in, it's like at his face, and he has to like tuck his face under into that little 1-inch or 2-inch slot, and he's getting better at it. So we're very proud of you, Casper. Good job. Kato was like, I'm just gonna sleep. Agartha says, I accessed my shared wardrobe from a former VIP account yesterday, but it might be a permanent VIP unlock. Haven't tried free to play. Okay, yeah. So I'm afraid I don't know the details there. Yeah. If you were to go from one thing to another. So basically there's 3 account statuses you can be under. There's free to play, which is when you first start, create a new character, join the game, welcome, you're free to play. If you purchase anything at all in the LOTRO store, so spend like any amount of real game money, of real world money, and I think even if you do a purchase with LOTRO points, I think that counts too. Then you are what's it called? I forgot the level. But basically there's a level where it's like, okay, now you've interacted with us, good job, and you have access to a few more things. What used to be like, oh, now I'm trying to think. Premium? Is premium the word? Okay, Agartha says buying LOTRO points, buying a starter pack, a starter bundle, anything gets you to premium status. But okay, so it's spending real world money though. Like if you buy something with LOTRO points that you earned in game, does that still take you up to that premium tier? And some of the things that used to be like, what was it? You had like 2, there's a whole page on this on the LOTRO website. Like you'd have 2 character slots, and if you were premium, then you'd have 5. Okay, buying with LOTRO points does not change account status. Okay, so you do have to spend real world money to move from free to play to premium, but they look very similar. But yeah, you get, yeah, it used to be like different wallet stuff. Now everybody has the premium wallet, so we're all the same there, which I think is a good choice. Having the premium wallet is like, I bought that with LOTRO points at some point in the past, and I'm not even mad that they're giving it away for free now, because I got to use that thing for however long I used it before they gave it out for free, and I found it fantastic. Basically, you used to have all of your barter tokens, you had to carry them around, and so like my housing storage was just barter tokens, basically, like all these various tokens and trinkets and things that you would get that you have to trade in for things. Hi, babe. And yeah, just crazy cakes. But now all of that just gets slurped up into a wallet, and it's so good. Like, this is my wallet now. Notice how many different things I have in that wallet. Yeah, it didn't used to be able to do that, but now it does, and it's so good. Sorry, I'm looking for berries, and I kind of like forgot to keep looking. Oh, good. The round ended, so now anything I can click on is going to be a berry. That helps. Okay, so yeah, Styler, thank you for the the word premium. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I have all the berries I need. I just need to go back to the cave claw. And DT192 says, become a premium player by spending at least $1 or 1 money unit in LOTRO. For me, it would be euros, because I live in Europe. But yeah, okay, so spending real world money. So dollars, euros, pesos. I don't know, pesos? Yeah, those are still around. Whatever, yeah, spending money in the game. For real. Moves you up that tier. I'm kind of tempted to go look that up, so I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna run back out to the field. So at least we got that. And see, there's that pop-up, buy treasure picks in the store. So like I said, it's gonna pop up every single time, but whatever, you just make it go away. You just click on it, it goes away. No big deal. But yeah, I'm really kind of curious now, so give me a second. Let's see, LOTRO, LOTRO.com, what if I want to know about the differences between premium and VIP? I know they have that because I've run across it before. Nope, that's not what I want to look for. Because I thought I'd go ahead and just show y'all a linkity-loo. Oh no, that's not going to help me. And I know the LOTRO wiki has it too. I did a Google search. Here. Okay, here we go. This is a good link. Okay, good. There you go. So there's a nice link with the different account types that you can have. So let's see. Question was, shared wardrobe stays on premium, but I don't think you can put anything new in. Okay. And they think when you take stuff out, it just reduces. Yeah, I know that like you can overfill your wardrobe by like, let's say you know, again, transfer stuff, right, from one server to another, and you've got a bunch of stuff, and you pile it up with a bunch of stuff on your other wardrobe where you're transferring to, and it exceeds the wardrobe amount. It all goes in, it's all there, and you have access to all of it, but you can't add anything new. It's full, and it remains in that status of not being able to add anything until you reduce the amount of stuff that's in there so that you have open spaces again. So you can overfill a wardrobe, which is hilarious to me. And I think inventory. I think I did that with my inventory too. Let's see. Kilwraith asks, do you have any guesses on what the new class will be that they're releasing? I keep missing Court of the Rings, which is Cordovan. He's the SSG community manager, and he streams on here on Fridays at noon Eastern time. And I keep missing it the last number of times. So I don't know, I feel like I'm not caught up on the latest news, but if there have been any hints, I've missed them. I think it's going to be water related. I think they've pretty well hinted on that, right? So maybe something like Corsair-ish, like a water adventurer, like, however you would describe that. Because I really think they're going south with the story. I think that's where we're headed next, because like, even if you look at, well, not the map, let me look at the Stable Masters map. So they have like all these Stable Masters, all over the place, right? And then it like this whole area showed up. And why would you bother putting that on your Stable Master map? Like, they didn't go north, they didn't go this way, like they just added a bunch of stuff down here though. And they have mentioned something about water, seafaring, something like that. So it might be something like the Seafarer, or something like that. That would not surprise me. And I really, really, really hope that we get to see more with J-Jax, because that was such a fun character. And I think if we're going out into the water, that I'm hoping that we'll get to see more J-Jax. So. Egg Arthur does point out that Cord has said something to the effect of folks have figured out what the new class is. Lots of people have said like Corsair and Waters and stuff like that. So he says, so it's almost certainly Corsair, but perhaps with a different name. Yeah, people I've noticed like really get uppity about using the word Corsair as a potential class, because they're like, no, Corsairs are bad guys and we want to be good guys. Like, well, why? What? I mean, you can't have good Corsairs? I don't know. Like, yeah. Even pirates had a code. I mean, come on. So, I don't know. Anyway. Aaron Bard asks J-Jax. It was a character that you run across later on, like level 90s questing, maybe? So if you haven't run across him yet, you haven't run across him yet. Gondor. He's in Gondor. Thank you, Egg Arthur. Egg Arthur says he's in Gondor. So yeah, once you get further on, you'll meet that guy. Yeah, and he's been. Yep, I'm not spoiling nothing. I'm trying not to, at least. He's an enjoyable character to interact with. Okay, so let's see what else. Have I missed anything? Whoa, hey. Oh, Casper. Okay, it's okay, baby. You're fine. Hey, before, if you happen to be around, Casper is regurgitating. Oh, he was outside eating some grass, I think. Yeah, we'll just turn that away a little bit. Well, at least it's on a blanket, which can go into the wash. Let's see. We talked about premium and stuff like that. And oh, Eldorniel says, hello, and Gasp Kitty. We actually have another kitty. Oh, I don't know if you can see her. She's sleeping over here on my desk. Pardon all the other stuff. There we go. You can kind of see her. Cateau is sleeping over here, being very good and not regurgitating. Good job. Yeah, Casper, why don't you go outside and see if maybe you can lay down and feel better. Oh, now I've made my camera not happy with me. Hang on a second. It's like my hip joint. It's not happy. I don't know if you want to just put that in the wash.
I do.
Okay, awesome. Yay, B4 for the win. Okay. Yes, Kilray says it'll be interesting how they fit a pirate type into the story. Yes. So yeah, pirate code, parlay, things like that. Yes, more of a code, more of a guideline if you're, yes, with Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow, that was a fast round. All right. I'll just scoot over here. Is that a new one for me? Thanks. We get a new blanket for the cat for when he comes back. I assume he'll be back. He'll probably be back. He's been sleepy lately, so he'll be back. But no, even like they did have kind of codes of the sea, because if everybody just went around attacking everybody all the time, like it really would be just chaos and pandemonium, and nobody would get anywhere. Whereas basically, you know, there was a thing along the lines of, give us what we're asking for. Ooh, it's huge. Ooh, yay. And we'll let you go. And so, you know, people could still get home and have a little bit of their treasure, but the pirates got some of their treasure, and everybody was, you know, well, almost everybody was happy. So maybe we should open a few of these boxes, huh? Let's open a small. Let's see what we get. Let's open this pile of smalls. We got 2 and 2 and 4 and 4. Okay, not a bad distribution. Let's try the mediums. I got a 5 and an 8. Oh, that's nice. I like that. All right, let's drop a cave claw. Tell me, what'd you find? You found a large. Yeah, large ain't bad. I ain't gonna sneeze at that. So funny. You think of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I've done Ren Fair, and Pirates of the Caribbean was popular with the Ren Fair crowd. And, you know, it's like we've been quoting those things back and forth at each other for years. And it just occurs to me that we've been quoting that stuff back and forth to each other for years. It is not a recent thing. It's like, huh. I'm not sure if I want to know, but I'm thinking Pirates of the Caribbean is not recent. Perhaps. Yeah. It's probably a while ago. All right. The round is resetting, so we'll get ourselves back to our initial spot here that we like. Go ahead and open a small while we're waiting. That got me 4 treasure tokens. Yay. Yes. Doesn't bear thinking on, says Aaron Bard. No kidding. Somebody's youngin' has a birthday today. Medium. And somebody else also has their birthday, and It's like 40 years apart. But we all agreed that, yeah, we don't get older, just the kids do. Let's see, 8 tokens, yay. That is another medium. What? Where's all the good stuff? Oh, okay. Well, somebody found it. Somebody found the big good stuff. Speaking of, let's take a look. 16 tokens, okay. Come on, mount. Oh, I got the rich emote. Which I don't have, so there we go. So that's convenient. Yay, I have a new emote. So here, rich. I throw coins up in the air and I dance around underneath it. Yay! So, you know, that's all right. At least I got that. Because I was going to have to buy it otherwise. Small! Good job, Casper. You all right, baby? You feeling any better? Poor little guy. Let's try this group over here, maybe. That's 2. Oh, he's going upstairs. Okay. Yeah, medium. Yeesh. We are not having the best luck here, are we? Let's see. Well, let's open this medium, see what we got in there. Oops, forgot to change. I got a dig site. All right. Well, we need to change our luck here. Although Egg Arthur does point out that the rich is the rarest of the emotes that you can get, of the dropped emotes. So that was some good luck. So glad for that. Not as good as a mount, but you know. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the mounts. So let's stop running here. So we have 2 treasure versions. There's the treasure laden goat, which is this guy here. This one I actually have. So as he's running, the coins, like the bags of money on his back, like dribble coins behind them, but they're not really, you can't pick them up. We've tried. But oh, there you go. You can see like a couple of coins dribble off every so often. So that one's kind of funny. And available from the huge treasure cache in the treasure hunt. So that's the goat. And then there's one that's very similar, which is either a pony or a horse, depending if you're a short person or a tall person. And again, we've got the coins piled up on his back, and they dribble off as well. And then there's the last one, which is the Cave Claw Masked Pony. So it's a pony basically dressed up as if it's a cave claw. So it's got like a little mask on his front. He's got little things over his hooves to make it look like he's got claws. It's cute. So to be fair, these aren't necessarily mounts that I would use very often. So maybe it's okay that I haven't found them, but I still would like to find them, of course. But the rich plugin is probably, or the rich emote, excuse me, is probably more valuable to me than the mounts. And my favorite of those 3 mounts is the goat, and I have it. So, you know, counting blessings there, I guess. Let's see, Kilraith asks, is that a plugin that lets you look at stuff like that? So I think you were talking about, oops, hang on. Small, hi. Yeah, you want to come up? You okay? Yeah, there you go. You gonna lay back down? Nope, you're going for a walk. Okay, he's gonna wander around. I was looking at this collections panel. Is that maybe what you were talking about? This is actually part of the game. So if I go to 2 easy ways to get to it, there might be more ways, but 2 easy ways to get to it is on your mini radar, kind of at like 4 o'clock, is a little horse head, and it says Stable Masters. If you click on that, that actually brings up the entire set of tabs. So on the side, you've got the top tab, which is your pets. Maybe bring that down a little bit. And then the second tab is your mounts. The third tab are your emotes. And then the fourth tab is your Stable Masters. So that way you can get to it, or Shift C also brings it up. It's your keyboard shortcut. And it brings up the same panels, the same 4 tabs there. So if that's what you're talking about, that's how you get to that. But I do have plugins going on my screen. I am a bit of a fan of plugins. There we go. So grabbing the quest, turn that one in, pop-up comes up, click it away, go get some berries for the cave claw. Casper's just staring out the front window right now. There's a world out there I'm not allowed to go to. It's very true. Speaking of cats, if anybody happens to be in the Netherlands or in the area of the Netherlands and is looking to adopt a cat, I mean, obviously there are a gazillion cats always available for adopting, but there's a family who recently got housing. They've come from Ukraine and they have a cat, and unfortunately the housing they got does not allow cats, and so the cat's about 1.5 years old, still needs spayed and all sorts of stuff. Oops, it's all right. So there's still some stuff to be done but apparently the cat's lived in an apartment the whole time, so my guess is they got the cat a while ago and have been not able to get the cat fixed due to circumstances and things like that. So anyway, if you know anybody who's looking for a cat, let me know, because I can connect you with people who are looking to find a new home for their cat, sadly. So we have 2 cats, and I think we are a house full-ish at the moment. Killrace has been wondering how to pull that up, that information about your panels and stuff. Yes, those are a couple of shortcuts within the game, is on your radar. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things all over this game. So, you know, if you're ever bored, just start clicking on the things that are on your radar and be like, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? You know, because you'll find all sorts of interesting things. Also, you can look at the caret. So at the bottom, you've got your bar. And if you go all the way to the very end, there's the little caret, little whoop, whoop, little hat. You click on that, and there's a huge set of menu items there as well. And one of those is how to get to that as well. Oh, yeah. I got the huge. So anyways, let's go back to the caret. And we were looking for collections. It's down near the bottom. But it also says there Shift-C next to it. So you can click on it there, but then you know, oh, I've got the shortcut. I can just do Shift-C. So, because I find that handy. And like if I ever want to bring up the, whatever this thing's called, the options panel, I've learned that it's Control-O. And so I can just like bloop, bloop, bloop. But if I ever forget that, let me get rid of that. Oops, I don't want to get rid of everything. Hang on, let me put down a cave claw. Oh, I need to go buy more cave claws. We're almost out. We are out. Guess what we're doing next? Going back to camp. If I ever forget what that shortcut is, though, I can just go back to that caret menu and be like, oh, okay, let's see, what was that? Let's see, character, you know, or whatever. Or no, it's system. It's under system and then options, and it's like Control-O. Oh, yeah, right, Control-O. You know, so I can just look at it there, which is handy. Let's see, who's the guy who's got a bunch of them sitting in his pocket? Can you imagine this guy's got all these trained cave claw cages in his pocket? Like, he's got to have some big pockets. They're probably in the thing next to us here. They're probably not in his pocket. They're probably like, he's pulling them off of these crates or some of these wagons. That's probably what's going on. Well, as you can see, it's getting to be late afternoon here. The sun is shining as it is setting across us. I am bathed in a glowing light, which is hilarious. I find it hilarious how bright it gets in here. Before's desk is like just over here, and he does not necessarily find it as amusing as I do, because it's like blinding him in the eye, whereas I just turn my back to it. But I like the heat. I like the warmth. How funny, Casper's going outside again. I think if he's just figured out going in and out is what he wants to do, maybe. Because he's like, I can do this. I'm going to do it again. Aaron Bart asks, what's the maximum number of items you can have in your bags? It's whatever I have, which is, I think, oh yeah, Egg Arthur says 135. There you go. So, yes, of course, I could just look at the top. I have, speaking of plugins, I really like the Titan Bar plugin, and I have across the top my backpack information, which tells me that I have 13 open spaces in my backpack out of a capacity of 135. And I don't know if you know this, but you can like merge your bags and stuff. So like, excuse me, B4 has all of his stuff in one bag, and he just has one bag. I like the little bag icons, the little satchel looks, and so I have these actually staggered so I can see them because I think they're cute. So I use all of my bags. Kilwraith asks, do you know if purchasing the 500 coin cave claws actually find treasure like the tamed ones? And Tillerian has responded that no, the 500 token cave claws are just cosmetic pets. Oh yeah, so we were talking a little bit earlier about what else is in here. So there's a little button down here called Barter, which has all the various things listed that you can barter for, and no, I guess it's just listed in, I'm not sure, probably the order that they're in the store with the barterer guy. All the different various things that you can purchase with your tokens. And that is a patch that B4 put in because the information changes, you know, every few years, like they add stuff or whatever. So prices change, whatnot. So B4 did do a patch to get that updated. And it might be in, I'm not sure if it was incorporated into the plugin in total or if it's if you have to do it separately. Egg Arthur likes a 9x15 layout for his bags so you don't have any ragged rows. I don't have any ragged rows. They're all very straight. I like my rows. Let's see. Egg Arthur also points out that you can put lots of things on your toolbar if you don't need them for bags. Okay. Egg Arthur says that the patch that B4 did is a separate patch because Galahad seems to be absent these days. Aww. I found a huge. Oh yeah, Styler points out that the cave claws that you can buy for 500 are pets, and there's a deed for having all of them. I know there's that deed for hugging all of them. Is there a deed for having all of them too? Do I need to do that? Work on that deed? I probably do. So I'm going to need to check out the deed tracker, and we're going to look at Cave Claw. Oh yeah, Cave Claw Wrangler. No, the Cave Claw Wrangler is hugging all of them. Not having, but hugging. Scavenger Hunt. It's possible you don't need to have each of them for a deed. Do you? Oh, 2 different deeds, he says. Oh, okay. Well, I looked up the word cave. Oh, specifically calling them to your side. Oh, I wonder if it's under a different category than class, race, and epic. Maybe it's under... What would it be under? I thought collections were under the class, race, and social. Oh, I read typos, Styler. No worries. I know exactly what it looks like when your fingers are off by 1 on a keyboard. I do it all the time. Yeah, race and social. Is it not Cave Claw Collector or something like that? Let's see, collector. There's the Fowl Collection. That one I haven't done, which is surprising on this character, actually. Egg Scramble. No, it's not finding it under Collector either. Oh, no, the Treasure Mounts, that's a different one. That's collecting all 3 of the mounts and mounting each one once. Aaron Bard says, what are the carrying chickens about? That is a great question. Nobody really knows. Somehow, I think because the Hobnanigans thing, right? So everything is very chicken themed, very chicken oriented with Hobnanigans. And so some of the things you can get from Hobnanigans are like a hat that looks like a half cracked egg, or the top, like half of an egg that's been cracked open, or a nest on your head in which a chicken can sit. So you can get various chicken related things through Hobnanigans. And because they're being nice to us, they have allowed us to then have access to a number of those same chicken things during this event also, using this event tokens. So there are like 6 different kinds of chickens, and they start from the most common to the most rare in the game. So like the white chickens are the most common, and then the orange chicken, and then I forget from there, but there's a Dorking chicken. There's like 5 or 6 different chickens. And using those, I think it's 6 different chickens. Oh, I didn't. Are they putting down a cave claw, or are they just digging? They're just, they're dowsing. Oh, medium. Oh, well. Anyway, so using those 6 different chickens, they created a whole series of fun, crazy, silly things. One of them, which is the nest hat. So you could get a nest hat with a white chicken that will sit in it, or an orange chicken that will sit in it, or the Dorking chicken that will sit in it, and so on. You can get a cosmetic pet, which will follow you around. You can get the white chicken or the orange chicken or the Dorking chicken and so forth. And you can get a chicken that you can carry. And you can get a white chicken or a Dorking chicken. So there are a lot of chicken things that you can accumulate throughout, LOTRO, through Hobnanigans and or this event. Now, to get a permanent skill of carrying, so you can buy a token that lets you carry a chicken. And then once you stop carrying that chicken, it's gone, it's done. But you can get a permanent skill once you have consumed X number of those tokens. And I don't remember off the top of my head. Yes, if you use a number from the same chicken, so you can't do like 10 yellow, 10 white chickens and 6 Dorking chickens and, hey, good job, Casper. They all have to be the same one. 50, okay, thanks, Solarian. So yeah, if you do 50 of them, then you'll have a permanent skill for carrying that chicken. Okay, let's see. Edgar Arthur says you have to mount the treasure mounts in order. Oh, in order for the deed to start progressing. I thought you were saying in a specific order, and I was like, what? No. Yeah, so as soon as you mount one of the treasure mounts, so like, I think I've already done it, but let's see. Let me pull up the thing. I don't have the cave claw, but I have the treasure-laden goat. So like, I'm going to hop on my treasure-laden goat. Okay, I've done it before. So if I hadn't done it before, then a pop-up would come up saying, new deed begun. And it would be, collect the treasure goat. It's the treasure collection. So there's that. And that's the treasure mounts deed that you're looking for. Let's see. Oh, Egg Arthur says there's a note on the wiki for treasure hunter's deed. According to answer from SSG staff, this deed is currently bugged and cannot be completed, and they know it. It's an old version of this deed and overlaps with the current Cave Claw Wrangler deed, which actually works. So as of May 2023, there's probably no point in trying to finish. So I wonder if then before had already pulled that out of the deed tracker then. So yeah, okay, let's see. Oh yeah, Kilray says the one I think is kind of funny is the pet goose that looks like it's chasing the person. Yeah, I love the goose. There's the goose with the bow tie and it's like flapping its wings as it's following you around. That one cracks me up. Oh, Styler is doing the carrying chickens now. Good luck. Awesome. Oh, see you later, Sandy. I probably missed you. You're probably gone by now. And let's see. Yeah, so Aaron Barr, just as a point of note, so with either her or Rose, I think it's with Adamantia here, that she has a pet red chicken. And am I going the right way? I'm going north. I mean to go south. And so I have the chicken as a cosmetic pet, so she can pull it out and it follows her. I have the chicken as a carrying chicken. Pretty sure I did this with the orange one. And then I have the chicken as a hat. So basically I can be like, well, she's on my hat, but let me, set her down. And so then I'll be like holding her for a minute, and then I'll switch to the other, and then I'll stop doing that emote and, put her down and call out the cosmetic pet. So it looks like I'm doing them, like it looks like she's one thing, but it's actually, yeah, so I've got the nest hat with the red chicken. I've got the red chicken, and then I've got the nest hat with red chicken. I think one of those was supposed to be the carrying chicken, and I overwrote it by mistake. So yeah, exactly. I incorporated that as like a role-playing thing, because I just thought that was fun.
At your service.
There we go. Get a few more of those. Styler's just going to purchase all the tokens and do them overtime. Nice. Yeah, I don't remember if it's the way it is with the chickens, but when I was doing the torches, because the torches is another consumable thing where you get, like, I think you have to do 150 of them, and then you get the permanent skill. Oh, see, here people are starting to stand on top of the things, which is kind of annoying. I'm just waiting for 7 seconds, and I can talk to this cave claw. But what I discovered is you could have the torch going, and then you could click the ability. I like put it on my bar, I just kept clicking on, and you could, maybe you couldn't keep doing the same one over and over again. I had the 2 different kinds, and I would just click the one, and then click the other, and then click the one, and then click the other. And I just went back and forth, and so you didn't have to undo the, you'd have to, like how you've got that progress bar, I didn't have to keep clicking the progress bar. I could just like click the consumable and work my way through them that way, and I got through them pretty fast that way, so that was nice. I mean, it has like a cooldown, but that's just like that long that I had to go from one to the other. That wasn't too bad. There's usually some berries back here, but they're kind of like buried in the ground. Oh, okay. I was hearing noises outside. I want to make sure it wasn't the cat in some sort of distress, but no, it's a child. You'd be surprised how much like a young child and a cat have similar sounds sometimes. Man, me and the lack of berries. What's up with that? Here we go. That's 3. All right, let's do another round. Oh, hey, now I can, oh no, the dig sites. Oh, I thought the round had ended. I was like, yes, then it's all berries. Berries all the way down. I just saw one. There it is. Oh, I'm standing right next to it. Aaron Bard asks, do you know if there's any talk of bringing the life of a horse quest back, like the chicken run quest? No, we've asked, the answer to that is no, they are not bringing it back. I know I have repeatedly asked in, like, Court of the Rings and stuff like that, and they are very clear that no, because it was only available as a promo thing, and so there's like some contractual thing or something about how they're not allowed to give away or put out things that were given out as promos. They can't do exactly the same. But what I have seen them do is, like, if there's a cosmetic outfit, for example, like a cloak or something, sometimes they'll rebrand it and bring it out as a different thing. And so it's not the same, like the colors might be slightly different or something like that, but they're able to do stuff like that.
If they build it as exclusive if you buy a thing.
That's it. If it was exclusive, if you bought the thing, then they can never offer it because then it would no longer be exclusive, and then it would be like false advertising, I guess. So they cannot. My hope is that they'll see how excited we all are about such things and someday come up with more animal quests of some sort, whether it's more chicken quests or creating something that's like the horse quest but not the same thing. But, anyway, I think that'd be really awesome because, yeah, I know it's a shame that you have to go back in time in order to have access to what sounds like a pretty cool thing. Well, like Arthur says, yeah, instead of horseplay, do like boars or goats. Wouldn't quite be the same. Like, I don't know who in the fellowship is heavily attached to boars or goats, as opposed to like the horses, where they feature prominently in various ways. They're out Lord of the Rings, or elk. Styler says they could do additions to the Shadowfax quest like they've done with Bingo, the Bingo quest line. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, do some sort of Shadowfax something or other. That'd be neat. Eagle play. Now, eagles is a whole different thing because traveling in air, it's a whole different thing. Like my character's running around on the ground, right? And there's like, all we have to do is put code in place, right? So that my character, and I'm saying we, them, I don't work for SSG. All they have to do with their, nice engineering brains is figure out how to tell the game where my character is in space, where the ground is, and make sure they match the whole time, right? But going up into the air is a whole new set of coordinates and things that are not part of the game, I believe. Like, we can see things flying in the air, but I think they're still based in some fashion to... Anyway, I don't know. Trying to come up with a whole new flying system sounds crazy to me, but I think you should absolutely bring this idea on Fridays to Court of the Rings, or when they have Sev on. Severlin is the big cheese, the executive producer for Standing Stone Games, people who make this game. And he will occasionally be on Court of the Rings on Friday to talk about various things going on. And so that's a great time because they'll usually announce ahead of time that they're going to have him on. And so what they've been doing lately, I noticed, is they'll have like a forum thread where it's like, ask, I have a question, put it here. And so they'll work their way through those questions as well as the live questions. So if you put it in like ahead of time, they might answer it. And with some of these suggestions about other types of session play that we could do, because that would be a lot of fun. So many good ideas, right? Implementing them is the hard part. Yes, Tyler says, he's just sitting there at Hangstasher's farm with nothing to do. I know, right? There's got like all these horses that were put in for stuff. You got Aragorn's horse, and you got, it's just like all this stuff, and they're just standing around, these poor horses. Oh, well. I would love to have more. And I love all the chicken session play. We have so much fun with that. Every once in a while, we're like, we should do, chicken session play on stream. It's like, well, which of our characters hasn't done any of it, all of it? Aaron Bard says, can they not renegotiate the contract with concerned parties? Well, the problem is everybody who bought it would be who bought it as an exclusive thing. Like let's say there's an artist and they're like, I'm going to make 100 paintings of this thing. I'm going to have a series that says 100 paintings. I'm going to sell these 100. There's never going to be another series like this 100. That's it. I'm never doing that again. So if you want to get it, you need to buy it now. And then like 10 years later, they're like, and people bought them for whatever. And then 10 years later, they're like, okay, I'm going to do another 1,000. the people who bought the 100 would be like, well, you said this, and now you're saying that what you told us was not true. You know what I mean? So that would be the why they can't do stuff like that. Eh. All right, Borgrim, what'd you find? I'm guessing it's junk. Oh, but hey, let's go ahead and open the junk we have. So we have a small treasure cache with 2 coins, another 2, another 2, and a 4, a 2, a 4, a 4, a lag, a 2. All right, so what is medium? We got a 5, a 5, a treasure hunter satchel. We'll have to see if that's different from one that's in the wardrobe. All right, let's check out these larges. I've been letting them pile up. 9, 12, 9, 9, 12, 9, 12. Gem inspection emote. 12. Event will start soon. Let's see, 9, 9, 9. Treasure Hunter's Pack. Okay, another one for the wardrobe. All right, new round has begun. Come on, what we get? What we get? Why can't I do that right now? Oh, there we go. That was weird. Hey, Kato. I got a large. Hello, Buck. Big Buck running by. Let's check over here. Yeah, Styler says I would like to see them occasionally open up new lifetime accounts for new players. Yeah, unfortunately, that's another thing that they people ask about regularly, and yeah, they have said no. That's something they won't be doing again either. I get it. Like when you're trying to start a new company and you're like, you know, offering things like that. Later on, it just doesn't make the same sense, you know? I mean, if you think about it, the people who have lifetime accounts have gotten so much value for that. So what's that worth at this point? Like, how much would a lifetime account have to be in order to be worth what it's worth? You know what I mean? I've done the math on it once, and I was like, yeah, that's a large number. Maybe not. All right, let's see. We got a large. Oh, they gave me the counterfeit emote, which I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, I have those emotes. And 12 tokens. All right, cool, cool. All right, let's check these larges, these huges. Let's see what we can get. 16 tokens. Treasure laden steed! Oh, yay. All right, let's do it. Yes. I have a new skill. The treasure laden pony. Let's jump on that pony. Woo! Check out that cutie. Not bad. And then I think yeah, there he goes. Drops little coins as you run around. I don't know if you can see that. Little coins going flying by. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I should have a deed going for that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. It would be under here, right? Yeah. What did you guys say it was? It was the something steeds, treasure steeds. Let's see. Treasure mounts. There it is. So I've done 2 out of the 3. So it's giving me credit for the treasure laden goat, the treasure laden pony, and now I just need the cave claw masked pony, and I will finish up that, which gives you the title Wandering Vault Keeper, which is hilarious. I think that's a very funny name, very funny title. All right, let's drop a cave claw. See what we got. Large, yeah. Styler says, all I really want is for them to add a Baron and Throngyl Aragorn statue, mostly Baron, to go with my Luthien. You know what? There was on the old forums, and probably is on the new forums, and if not, you should start one, a housing item request list. And that absolutely should go on that list. Because what they were doing was trying to take like existing things that you might see in the game. I might be like, this tree is amazing. I wish I could put this tree in my yard. And talk them into making that into a housing item. So that's what they were focusing on for a little while, is taking existing things in the game and making them into housing items. But it would be really cool. I think they at some point also do want to do new things that are popular requests like that. So I thought I saw, where was it? Yeah, Killer Ray says you did a lifetime account when the game came out. Well, you are a gem among us. Good on you for doing that. Makes me wish I had been, there back in time and had the money and the thought, the wherewithal, and the forward thinkingness to do it. B4 was around then, did play then, but was not able, or did not make the choice at that time to go in and get a lifetime. And of course, at this point, would be like, man, that'd have been nice if I had. Oh, and Styler did as well. And Clar23. Look at you guys. Or peoples. Well, that's awesome. It looks like it'll expire in the 2030s. I would guess that they had to put a date on it. Like it couldn't just be infinite. My guess is it's not actually going to expire. Like, I can't believe that it actually would expire. That would be a funny question to ask, but it's a very small amount of people that it will affect. Well, hey, if your lifetime accounts expire, maybe we can buy them up at that point. Maybe they'll allow us to buy lifetime accounts then, but probably for some like ridiculous amount of money. So, Big Arthur says it's probably a signed 32-bit number. So the expiration date thing.
I just heard your I am.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Oh, that's so funny. Somebody is telling me they've gotten 14 huge treasure caches. Oh, that's something I was going to show you guys. So let me mount up. If you go to the stats on your rich thing, it will tell you, and I love this, how many total rounds the character that you're on or that you've selected has done. And like out of all the characters on that server, I'm pretty sure it's not all your characters everywhere. I think it's just the characters on the server. So how many total rounds have you done? What's the shortest round you've been around in? Like that, blah, blah, blah. And then, but I like this. How many small chests, how many medium, how many large, and how many huge chests has the character found? So I think that's a fun little set of statistics that you can play around with. You can look at.
Greetings, traveler.
B4
Will you stay a moment?
has been trying so hard to get one particular mount. He's missing just one mount on his main on Treebeard, and has gotten like 90 huges and still hasn't gotten it. It's like, oh my god. The cave claw one. It's like, oh my gosh. So yeah. Nice. Aaron Bard says there's a champion game carrying a chicken, and his title is Crosser of Roads. Crosser of Roads is, I think, B4's favorite title. Yeah, he usually wears that on most of his characters. So that's awesome. Oh yeah, where's that person? I've lost track of him. Oh well. Somebody waved to me in the game, and I did not wave back. My apologies. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's where I was going. Now the cave claw. Oh, there we go. Berries have reset. Let's go get some of them berries. I'm sure they've regrown by now. They're very fast-growing berries, which is convenient. All right, y'all. We have been at this for like 2 hours. I could do this for another 2. Have you ever? I don't know if any of you have Apple products or have interacted with Apple products. but you can ask your Siri to do various things. And so you could go like, Siri, beatbox. And she'll come up and go, boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. I could do this all day. And cats and boots and cats and boots. It's hilarious. Great. Cracks me up every time. So we don't have Apple products, but a friend of ours has an Apple phone. And so we used to try to get his Siri to do that. And so he would go, hey Siri, and he was going to ask like directions to something or something like that. And we'd be like, beatbox. And then he had it locked though, so you can only do his voice. And so we recorded his voice saying, hey Siri, so we could try to open his phone and make it beatbox. Oh, the antics we get into. So that's a thing that we say sometimes. I could do this all day. And cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. What are they doing next door? It sounds like they're grinding the world. Oh, darn. Oh, hey, here's some berries. Yay. Okay. Okay, so Cool Witch says, I remember Cord saying that the lifetime accounts won't actually expire. So there you go. You're all safe. You're good to go. And you just get to make some of us very, very jealous. Yeah, it's like, what is it? There's something that you can leave in your will to people, but I don't think it's LOTRO accounts. But man, wouldn't that be cool? If you're like, I will this to somebody else, and then like 50 years from now, you're like, yes, I finally got a lifetime account. Well, if anybody ever finds out you can do that, you can put me on your will list. You're like, I will be a beneficiary of that. I don't even know if that's allowed. So, hey, but debt is. Well, some debt follows you past death, which is really sad. Small. Well, we are 3.5 minutes into this. All right, so let's see. Kilway says, the only thing I'm bummed about is I lost access to my original characters due to them being on a closed server. Oh, yeah. Talarian says the cave claw is the rarest, only about 2.7% chance per huge cache. So, once you get to 100, you should have gotten it 2.7 times. Kilray says, we had a friend leave his voice chat open and we had Siri start playing Baby Shark. There's so many things. What are some other ones? Oh my gosh, there's so many. I just love how there's so many different things you can, like, silly, funny things you can do with Siri. Now I can't remember any of the others except for the beatboxing one. The beatbox makes me happy. That's the funniest one. And boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. All right, anyway, we've been at this for 2 hours. And even though I could do this all day, like Siri beatboxing, I probably should call this to a conclusion at some point soon. So, B4 is not streaming today. For those of you who came along and were anticipating seeing him after me, you will be sadly disappointed, I'm sorry to say. So let's see. I've got some numbers here. At a 2.6% chance, he's had 88 huge caches. So there's only a 9% chance that he wouldn't have found one yet. And yet, he is within that 9% chance. You're special, honey. You're very good at finding those outliers, perhaps. So yes, if there's any other last minute questions, now is your chance to pop those into the chat. Yes, stay on Cord about that Baron statue, or at least put it into the chat with him on Fridays and see if they've got that housing items thread going. And if so, get that in there. And then everybody can go in there, and because now you can like posts on the forums. And so everybody could go in there and give it a thumbs up. And then, like, they'll see, like, 100 people have thumbs up that one. And they'll be like, maybe we should do this. Because you're not the first time I've heard somebody asking for that. A large. Well, at least I'm getting some larges. That's nice. Not getting any super bigs yet. Not lately. You know what? I've got a bunch of dowsing gems. Maybe I should start using some of them. Strong reading. Strong is good. Strong is a large, right? Very strong, I think, is the reading that you get for the huge. So if you get strong or very strong, you really want to dig that. Severlin is the producer's name. So, and a lot of people just call him Sev. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for coming along. I will try to resist the urge to continue digging and actually like do some house cleaning because that's really what I should be doing. Although I think, oh, I just got a huge cache. Should we take a look? Let's take a look. I got the rich emote. I'll be passing that off to my sister Rosenbloom, the character's sister. So, all right, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day. I should be back next Tuesday like normal. And as will before, let's see. I just scheduled a haircut. No, it's for next Wednesday. So my hair will be normal. But then I'm going to go ahead and get this shaved off in the back for the summer. So that'll be another fun adventure to you all. Y'all can, join me on. Anyway, all right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. And good luck on the treasure field. If you're out there, I hope you find everything that you're looking for. I would say and more, but then it just fills up your inventory. So maybe just find everything you're looking for and we'll call it good, yeah? Have a great day. And as I always say, remember to stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart, which to me means take care of each other and take care of yourselves. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.